Okay, so welcome to our Senior Design and Project Virtual Expo. So our project is called Animal Care Front Desk Ticketing System, the second version. So it's sponsored by a Department of Animal Care and Control, LA County. So we have a great team of 5 students, Ryan, Jacky, Han, Matthew, and Joshua. So our liaisons are Mr. Louis Gutierrez and Miss Amy Rivera.
Correct.
Okay, thanks for sponsoring our project. So let me introduce other participants. So we have some faculty members here, Dr. Zilong Ye and Dr. Amini. Welcome. Okay, so before we start the presentation, let me place a video. Welcome a video by our Dean and Mac. Okay, just a minute, and to share my screen.
Hi everyone, I'm Emily Allen, Dean of the College of Engineering, Computer Science and Technology at Cal State LA, and I'm here to welcome you to our virtual Capstone Expo 2020. That's the expo that's virtual, not the Capstone project.
Excuse me?
In fact, our students
you minimized the video.
Our kickoff in August 2019. That seems like a long time ago now, as the COVID-19 pandemic has forced us into physically distant but socially cohesive modes of operation. We have over 100 project presentations to share live with you over Zoom connections. We are very proud of our excellent senior design program, as it rivals programs nationwide in meeting curricular requirements for design. Engineering design is an iterative, creative, problem-solving process in which science, mathematics, and engineering and computing principles are applied to convert resources into solutions. It has a direct and vital impact on the quality of life for all people. With these stakes in mind, our students have been working hard all year long, and especially these past few months, to finish their projects, and these presentations represent the culminating efforts for their degree programs. We deeply appreciate our project sponsors and industry liaisons, our faculty advisors, and the teams that manage and provide instruction for these capstone courses, including Mike Thorburn and Chris Bachman, John Shamma, Howard Lum, Jason Song, and Rupa Purasengi, Paul Liu, Elaine Kang, Jungshu Lim, and Raj Pamula, as well as our staff members, Hasmeek Simon and Evelyn Lee. Now, on with the shows, and I'll see you online.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Thorburn, and on behalf of the Cal State University, Los Angeles, and the College of Engineering, Computer Science and Technology, I want to welcome you to the 2020 Engineering, Computer Science and Technology Capstone Senior Design Expo. This year, it's a truly unique experience for us and for you, as the expo will be done live via Zoom. Additionally, sessions will be recorded for those not able to participate in the live event. The students have all worked especially hard to make this event happen and to ensure the audience is able to participate from a safe social distance. Between mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, computer science, civil engineering, and technology, we have about 100 presentations scheduled over a period of about 2 weeks. I encourage you to participate constructively in as many as you can. Your feedback is critically important to the students. As you're watching this video, you must already know about our webpage. If you take time to go through it, you'll find detail about all of the presentations and projects. Cal State LA is protecting the event from mischief by using passwords, but if you request access, we'll happily send it to you. The students have been working on their projects since August 2019. Obviously, the COVID-19 epidemic was a huge disruption over the last month and a half, and it's been hard for everybody. I'm proud to say our Cal State LA Engineering, Computer Science and Technology students just as they have always done, have shown great persistence to overcome the obstacles confronting them, and have made a tremendous effort to wrap up their projects and present them to you now. On behalf of the university and on behalf of these terrific students, I welcome you to Expo 2020.
Okay, so Han,
Okay.
can you take over the control?
Yes.
We can start the presentation. Okay.
All right. Whenever you're ready.
Alrighty. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us. My name is Josh, and I'll be introducing my teammates, Hung, Matthew, Ryan, and Jacky. And we work with the LA County Department of Animal Care and Control to bring you the Animal Care Utility Application, otherwise known as ACUA. Let me start you off with a little bit of a background. This is an image of the LA County Animal Care and Control Center in Downey. They offer a plethora of services such as adoptions, pet licenses, and stray intake. With all these different services and animal care becoming more and more prevalent, the care center has gotten busier and busier, flooded with long lines. So what is the cause of these long lines? Well, it's their current system. They have anywhere from 1 to 4 windows with animal care staff working the front desk to service each visitor. And basically, everyone waits in a single file line to be helped by one of these employees. Depending on the reason for the visit, this process can be very quick or very slow. Obviously, this causes many issues. The main ones is long wait time standing in line. These long wait times cause guests to become impatient or sometimes angry, especially if the reason for the visit can be resolved quickly. For example, many guests come to the care center to visit the animals in the kennels. This is something that you do not need authorization for. However, many folks that are new to the care center are unaware of this and wait in line for the front desk to tell them they are free to go visit. Along with that, many people like the luxury of sitting down or visiting the kennels while they wait their turn. So the idea is we as a group want to use our computer science skills to alleviate this issue, and ACUA is the solution we're working on. The Animal Care Utility app is a ticketing system that is composed of a mobile app and a web app. The main purpose of ACUA is to reduce the congestion inside the building, reduce wait times for the visitors, and help streamline the process, not only by helping the visitors, but helping the front desk become more and more efficient.
We were tasked to create a ticketing system to help reduce the time people had to wait in line. Visitors to the care center would submit a ticket through our mobile application on an iPad or an Android tablet. This ticket would be sent to a queue where an employee would use our web component to retrieve the information that was submitted to the ticket. Once the ticket is completed, the employee would be able to mark it as complete and claim a new ticket to work on. All of the tickets will be saved in our database or for the department to use later on for analytics. We have 4 components that work alongside each other to accomplish this goal. First, we have the mobile component that lets customers submit their tickets, followed by the server component that processes the submitted ticket and stores it in our database. The server also allows us to retrieve the ticket information in our web component for the employees to see the information and help the customers. And all our data will be stored in a MySQL database. Originally, the data was stored in a Mango database, which would not have worked with the LA Department of Animal Care and Control, so we made the shift to MySQL. This diagram here illustrates how our components communicate to each other, as well as how our project handles a ticket. The mobile app makes a post request to the loopback server. The loopback server uses that to insert the query into MySQL. The web app makes a GET request to get the database from loopback, and loopback uses that information to take the information from MySQL. And once a ticket is complete, the web app sends a post request back to loopback to make any changes back to MySQL.
To further go into details in the components and functionality that make up ACUA, first, how is our app used? So the mobile app actually gives us the ability, or gives users the abilities to make post requests by creating a ticket for any customer who comes into the care center. The app provides a simple UI to appeal to those who are not tech savvy. So over here on the right-hand side of the slide, you can see a screenshot of our application. You see a left options menu. That's really a scroll down menu, which you will see later in the demo. But it simplifies the process to down to just a selection of why you're here, and if you even need to create a ticket. And over to the right, you have more information regarding about your specific reason to create a ticket. And the mobile app was created using the NativeScript framework and with Vue.js for the front end. And for some quick background on NativeScript, NativeScript allows us to create one application supported by two platforms. So with one code base, we can have an iOS app and an Android app at the same time. Now, what happens when a ticket is created? That's where the web app comes into play. The web app serves as a ticket manager that is also a companion app alongside the mobile app. So the responsibility of this application is to serve all tickets being created from the mobile app. So in essence, as you've seen in the diagram from Hung, this ticket app is actually tapping into the database and pulling all the tickets that have been submitted. And this web application was created by using Vue.js for the front end and Node.js to build the site. Now, what happens? So how is this all put together? And that's where loopback comes into play, because loopback is a crucial part to making this all work. Loopback, you can think of it as a middleman to all of our components. So no other component can directly communicate with another component. They would have to go through loopback before getting there. So loopback is a way to create our dynamic end-to-end REST API, and it serves us very very flexible, because of that functionality, we were actually able to swap out any components we'd like. So in the example that Hung gave, where we originally started with the Mongo database system, we actually needed to switch over to MySQL, and thankfully, because loopback is such a flexible dynamic end-to-end API, we were able to make that switch. And the way we created this was using the loopback CLI, JavaScript, and TypeScript.
All right, so as we're going to hop right into our demo. First things first, we're going to look at our mobile application. Our liaisons really wanted us to make sure that we let people who are coming in to make a ticket know that they really did not have to get a ticket to go and see the kennel. So right there at the beginning of our application says right there, no wait for kennel visits, go on in. On top of that, we're going to make the application work really, really simple and really easy for everybody to use. So let's go ahead and create a ticket. Should be right now. Here we go. So on the side, what you're going to notice on the left side of your screen, different options that the customers who come into the care center can use. We wanted to predefine some common reasons why people were visiting the care centers. So we took a bunch of different things from our liaisons and put them together. Each individual option has several reasons as to why you would click on it or what you're there for. And after clicking on the next button on the page, we will see that the reason field will be pre-populated with the option from that particular user section. So as you can see here, has a bunch of different reasons why you would be there for pet licensing. Purchase a license, renew a license, replace a license. But let's go ahead and click next on this page. And what you're going to notice is simple fill out, first name, last name, phone number, email. Once again, we really wanted to make it really easy for people who had, who were a little bit older. They can see the fields clearly. Everything can be done. All this stuff is also being collected by the DACC for analytic purposes. Once we click on the submit ticket button at the bottom, we're going to get a notification saying that our ticket has been submitted. So let's hop on to the next one. So this is our web application. It's the first part. This is the first page. It's separated into two parts, a login and view queue. We'll come back to the view queue later, but we want the application, just like the mobile application, to be simple, easy to use, so that way the people who are working at the care centers it's intuitive. They can easily handle, getting a ticket and the like. Let's go ahead and click the login button here. On the login, it's very simple, really easy. Just a username and password. Right now, the usernames and passwords are entered through a command line interface, through SQL, or they can be done through Loopback. Both really easy to do. So here we are at our home page. The first thing you're gonna notice is a large queue on the right of all the tickets, and at the bottom of that queue, you're gonna notice the ticket that we just made. So here's ticket number 16, my name. It's all the way at the bottom because other people are in that queue right now. So we won't be able to get to my ticket till later, but we're gonna go ahead and click the next button here, and it's gonna populate a ticket with all the information we have there: ticket number, the name of the person, the phone number, the reason why they're there. And this gives the person who is working at the front desk an opportunity to ask them, what type of thing are you here for adoption? On top of that, they don't have to ask questions about what your name is because they already know, right? They have your name, they have your phone number. Really easy, really straightforward to do. Once we click resolve, the ticket's not technically, but in all regards, the database completed. We can click next to repeat the process, over and over again until eventually the queue is empty or it gets refilled. Right. Cool. So the last part of this is going to be the queue view, which is something that we wanted to implement so that people who are actually waiting and looking at the kennels or people who are waiting outside can actually look at their location as far as where the queue goes. So we're going to go ahead and click the view queue. And what you can see here, once again, queue on the side so they can see their name, where they are, right there in the middle, where the ticket will be. We're going to go ahead and click over to the viewer, so the ticket manager, so that way a ticket can be pulled. When the ticket gets pulled, right here, we can go back and see the changes on the queue page, which should be there. Now you can see the ticket name, the window that they have to go to in order to have their question answered. And once we go back to the queue page, which should be in a little bit right now, once we resolve that ticket, what happens is that ticket in the middle gets pulled out. So they've had their issue handled, and then the next person can go when we click next.
First on the list of challenges is to perform some live data testing in an active animal care center. Collecting such data will help us better visualize the expected load of information that needs to be stored and used at a given time. And having live testing would provide realistic input from the user, which in return gives us an opportunity to troubleshoot problems that did not occur when we were testing it locally. It also allows us to configure certain algorithms within the program to become more efficient. Unfortunately, our group were unable to perform any live testing before the COVID-19 outbreak. Another improvement we can make is to the website. The website is full functioning as the ticket manager. It could just be more visually pleasing. The website could also use some more administrative features and controls that would flatten out any issues that may occur during the application's use. Our final improvement is to move toward mobile devices. First and foremost, we want the user to be able to input their phone number and receive a notification via text when their turn in the queue is approaching. Afterward, we plan to make the app able to view the queue and potentially join the queue at the comfort of your own device. We hope the implementation of our project will aid the traffic flow in the LA County Animal Care Centers. We want to say thank you to LA County for the opportunity to work on this project and gain real-life experience using our programming skills. We would also like to thank our advisor, Professor Go, and the CS department for guiding us throughout the years. Does anyone have any questions?
Then thank you.
Thank you.
Any question?
I apologize, I muted myself. This is Lewis with Animal Care and Control. I just want to say this is a job well done, and you're right. We didn't get a chance to test the way we were planning to due to the COVID-19 epidemic that hit. That being said, you know, we are going to use it. We still have to meet after the fact so we could get all the, you know, the data dictionary, everything, all the work, all the code you guys did, and move forward on it to implement it. Like you said, our plan is still to start with the Downey Care Center, which is the care center you guys visited. At the same time, that's where we're also located, so we're able to taste locally and move forward to move your guys' project along. And hopefully, you know, after we get our testing done at the first location, implement the same application to the other 7 care centers, and hopefully have you know, help our customers to where they're not in line like they are now, anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. And like you guys were saying earlier, sometimes they're in line just to ask so they could go into the kennels. And you know, your application from the beginning says you don't have to create a ticket to just walk right in if you want to walk in. So it's really, you guys did this really well. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other question or comments?
Well, I mean, this is on a different topic. You know, when are we going to be able to meet with the students or maybe set up another meeting to discuss how we're going to take a session of the application and code and all the other information needed?
Okay, so we can organize another Zoom meeting. Like, so next week is the okay. So the student will have a final exam in 2 weeks, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so how about after the final exam, we'll have another Zoom meeting?
That would be great. Yeah. Yeah. The final exam would come first. Definitely. So yeah, after that, we can meet have another Zoom meeting to discuss how we're gonna switch everything over. That'd be perfect.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Any other question? Okay. Good job.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Thanks the liaisons for helping our students throughout the 2 semesters. Thank you.
One more thing, just want to say thank you to the students. You guys did very well.
Yeah.
Very nice work you guys did here, guys. Thank you very much. And
yes.
We'll talk to you guys in about 3 weeks. Good luck on your finals.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. Awesome work. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Take care.